Hello students. Today in the mental maths and reasoning class, this is a recapitulation class. We will just revise what we have learned before. So the topics mirror image and analogy we have already completed previously. We will just brush it up today. Okay, so let us just before we start solving the questions, let us first revise that what is a mirror image. Mirror images, we normally use mirrors in our house. For what we use mirrors? We use mirrors to dress up before we go somewhere, or in the cars or in buses or in bikes you will see there is a small mirror at the side. Why is that mirror provided? So that behind the car, whatever vehicle is coming, the driver is able to see. Now, what is mirror image? When we look at ourselves in the mirror, that is the reflection of ours, that is known as mirror image. So now, instead of ourselves, if we place any object or if we write something on a paper and if we place it in front of a mirror, how will the reflection appear on the mirror? This is what we will learn or we will discuss here. So let us just start. Now, your first question is the word that is given here is, it is an alphanumeric word. That means some alphabets and some numbers are given. What is that? R5UTZ. If you write this on a piece of paper and if you hold it in front of the mirror, how will it appear? There are two options that is given. The first option, ZTU5R. This is what you will see. Second option, an inverted Z, T, U, an inverted 5 and an inverted R. What will be the image of the word that is provided in the question? Tell me the answer. What will it be? Now look here. You have to find which one you will find, which one will appear in the image. So let us go for the explanation. Now look into the solution. So when we write R5UTZ and place a mirror beside Z, that line that is drawn after Z on the right hand side is their mirror. So how will you find the reflection? Z will become inverted. The pointed end of the Z will be at the side of the mirror. The T, reflection of T will be T itself. Reflection of U will be itself. 5 will get reversed. R will get reversed. So our answer is B. Clear? We all have done. This one is very simple. Now let us move on to the next one. Look at the second question. Here a trapezium shape is given. The line on the right hand side of the shape is the mirror. So if a mirror is placed on the right hand side of the shape, how will you find the reflection? What will be the reflection or what will be the mirror image of the given object? There are two options, A and B. So it is very easy, right? So let us look for the solution. Now look here. As we have seen in the question, it is very obvious the answer will be B. Why? If we hold the trapezium in front of the mirror, look here, the longer side of the object is in front of the mirror. So in the reflection, first the longer side will come and then the shorter side. Clear? First the longer side will come in the image and then after that the shorter side. So it is very obvious the mirror image of the object will be option B. Clear? Now in our third question, look here. There are 4 shapes given the four shapes are drawn inside the box. The line on the right hand side of the box is your mirror. So if you hold the box in front of the mirror, what will be the mirror image from option A and option B? Tell me. So if we place the mirror on the side of this box, look here, first on the right hand side, which are the two shapes that are given? A circle and a rhombus. Okay, that is a kite shape. So on the other side of the mirror also, first you will see the circle and the kite shape, because that is placed at the last. In case of the mirror image, if the mirror is placed at the right hand side, first you will see the corner objects, then you will see the left hand side part. So here on the rightmost end is the circle and the kite shape, or what we can call rhombus. So in the image, first the circle and the rhombus will come, then the square and the triangle. So option B is our right answer. This is your fourth question. Look at the diagram and tell me which one will be the mirror image of the object which is given there. A pentagon is given. What is a pentagon? Look at the figure. It has 5 sides. So an object with 5 sides is known as pentagon. So a pentagon is given and a mirror is kept at the side. So tell me which one from option A and B will be its mirror image. Okay, so you might have got the right answer. Option A is the right answer. Why? Look here, now the pentagon, whichever side you put in front of the mirror, it will appear the same. So A is a correct answer, and you will ask, ma'am, why not B? Because in B, look here, the shape that is given in your question, A resembles the exact shape, but in B, the shape is inverted. It is upside down. Here the object that is placed in the question, the bottom portion is at the top and the top portion is down in option B. But in option A, the object exactly resembles the image. So that will be your answer. So whenever you solve this mirror image questions, look at the objects very nicely. So if you follow the objects nicely, no matter how tricky the options are, you will be able to answer it. So our answer in the number 4 is A. Okay, now we are coming to the second part of today's session. Here, the topic is analogy. We have already learned this previously. Let us revise it once again. In analogy, look here, there are there are 2 pairs given. One pair is given, another part of the other pair you have to find out. For example, 222 and 444 is a pair. Now 555 and that question mark, the number that will come in place of the question mark, it is another pair. Now in analogy, what you have to do is, there is a particular relationship or a similarity between the first pair. So you have to first identify what is the relationship between the first pair, the numbers which are in the first pair, that is 222 and 444. What is the relationship between these two numbers? Once you find out the relationship between these two numbers or this pair, then it will be easier for you, because same technique or same relationship, with the help of same relationship, we can find the number in place of the question mark. Look here, you have all observed and seen the question nicely. Now let us go for the answer. What it is said, 222 is to 444, means 222 in some way or the other is related to 444. Then with what? With 555 will be related to. So your answers or your options are A 666 and 1110. Let us look for the explanation. Look here. What does the explanation said? The relationship between 222 and 444 is if we multiply 222 by 2, that is 222 multiplied by 2 will give you 444. So, which is the number you will find when you multiply 555 with? So, when you multiply 555 by 2, you will get 1110. Therefore, your answer is option B. Now, this is what I was saying. That you have to first establish or find out the relationship between the first set of numbers. If you find out the relationship between the first pair or the first set of numbers, then with the same relationship we can find the number which is in place of the question mark, because the other set will also share the same relationship. Like 222, when you multiply by 2, you get 444. So now you got the relationship that the first number has to be multiplied by 2 to get the second number. So in the second set, 555 is the first number. So if you multiply 555 by 2, you will get the second number, that is 1110. So this is our sixth question. In analogy, look here. What are the numbers pairs given? First set is 63:9. That means there is a relationship between 63 and 9 is 2. This colon means there is a particular relationship between the first set, that is 63 and 9. Then similarly, that 4 ... that is given, that means it is a similarity. The way the first two numbers are related, in the same manner second two numbers will also be related. So if 63 is to 9, then 147 will be equal to what? So the options are 34 and 21. Look at the question and let us now find the answer. Okay, so explanation of the sixth question. Look here. 63 is to 9. So what will be 147 is to? Is to here means the relationship between 63 and 9. So look here, how is 63 and 9 related? 7 9s are 63. So when you divide 63 by 7, you get 9 as an answer. So now look here, in the first set, that is 63 and 9, when you are dividing the first number by 7, you are getting the second number. And what I told you, the way the first set is related, similar relationship will be there in the second set. That is 147 and the number that will come in place of the question mark. So if you divide 63 by 7 and you get 9, so in the second number also 147 you have to divide by 7, then only you will get the second number. So therefore 147 divided by 7 equal to 21. Your answer is 21. Option B, 21. Go through the seventh question. Look here, there has to be a relationship between 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. Same kind of relationship will be between 5, 6, 7, 8 and the number that will come in place of the question mark. So let us find how are we getting 123 from 1, 2, 3, 4. Your options are A, 4, 5, 6, 7 and your options are B, 3, 4, 5, 7. Now let us look for the solution. Now let us look for the solution or the explanation of the seventh sum. So what is our question? 1234 is related to 123. So which number will 5678, that is 5678 will be related to? That is 1234 is to 123. So 5678 will be related to which number? There are two options, 4,567 and 3,457. Now you have to find out how is 1,234 is related to 123. Now look here, if we subtract 1,111 from 1,234, then we get 123, right? 123. Similarly, as I have told you in previous sums, what you have to do, the numbers that you subtract, multiply, divide or add with the first number, you to get the second number. Similarly, same relationship you have to use for the second set. So, if from the first one, if we are subtracting 1,111 from 1, 2, 3, 4 to get the second number, that is 123. Similarly, from 5,678 also, you will subtract 1,111. And what is the number that we will get? We will get 4,567. So, our answer is A, 4,567. Now, look at this question. 1,000 is given and 1,010 is given in the first set. And in the second set, 3,456 is given and a question mark. Now, how will you get 1,010 from 1,000? This is what you have to first find out. How can we get 1,010 from 1,000? Between these, how can they be related? Either you have to multiply something with 1,000 to get 1,010, or you have to subtract something from something to get 1,010, or you can add something to 1,000 to get 1,010, or you can divide. These are the basic operations that you have to apply and check how we are getting the second number, that is 1010 in the first set. And by first set I means 1,000 and 1,010. So let us check for the solution. Let us look for the solution. Now look here. How can we get 1,010 from 1,000? If we add 10 to 1,000, then only we will get 1,010, right? Are there any other options? No. So, now what will be the number when we add 10 to 3,456? That number will come in place of the question mark. So, let us add 10 to 3,456. So, what are we getting? 3,466. So, option B, 3,466 is our answer. Clear? Go through the video once again. Pause wherever you are not understanding. Listen to it. If you still don't understand, let me know in the comment section. These are very easy sums and I am leaving behind for you for certain sums. Solve it and tell me the answer in the comment section. I want each and every one of you to answer the questions. Clear? Let us find out what are the questions I am leaving behind for you. These are a few questions which I am leaving back for you. So you will answer them and tell me the answers in the comment section. If you have any doubt, then also you can put the question in the. Thank you for going through this video. Okay, so till we meet next time in our next session. Till then, bye bye and take care.